Okay, for our second theory lesson, we're going to go based off of our more or less what our first lesson was. You were probably thinking with the first lesson that we hadn't covered C major scale and that it seems sort of irrelevant, but this is sort of how it comes all together. So, our second lesson will be what chords are made of, chord composition. We have our alphabet starting with A. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. That's what we're going to spell chords with. And you'll note that between A and B, there's a whole step. Between B and C, there's a half step. C and D, there's a whole step. D and E, there's a whole step. E and F, there's a half step. F and G, there's a whole step. G and A, there's a whole step. So scales or chords are based on intervals, which is the space between any two notes. So if we measure intervals in half steps, so from B to C or E to F, we can play, for example, A to B in 2 half steps. C to D is 2 half steps. D to E is 2 half steps. F to G is 2 half steps. G to A is 2 half steps. So, in doing this, we're going to compose a chord. So, if we play A, for example, on the 5th fret, and then we play C on the 8th fret, as we've done with our minor pentatonic scale, we are moving 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. And so we have 2 frets between the 3 notes, or 2 frets between the two notes. So we have A on the 5th fret, and then we go up to the 6th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret before we come to C. And so that's represented as 8 minus 5, 8th fret minus the 5th fret, 3 half steps. C to E, for example, would be 2 whole steps, or 4 half steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, since we have 4 half steps between C and E, the 1st fret to the 5th fret of the B string, 5 minus 1 equals 4, 4 half steps. An A chord, as represented in green, is an A minor chord, rather, is composed of every other letter. So if we start on our alphabet, we have A, C, E. And so that A minor is from our first lesson, and I'll demonstrate here in a minute. We could also compose D minor if we started on D. On the every other letter would be the next notes of the D minor chord. D, F, A. So if you remember from our first lesson, we have an A chord, G chord, F chord, so if we just have this A chord right here, we're playing A, C, E, A, G, F, or F, D, or F, E, this is our D chord. And it's only a chord when you're playing all three notes together. You could have a power chord, which is also three notes.